West Coast Comics.
How we doing, guys? So, just so you guys know, the reason why I haven't put up a video in a while now is because I was sick as a dog. I was really, really sick. Throat was totally sore, could not talk. Like anything above a whisper was painful for me. So yeah, I kind of felt that it's probably not in my best interest to try to do a video when I sound like that. So now that we're pretty much over it and everything is good and life is back to normal and all that, let's do a couple of Q&A things. You know, what the hell? And there goes Hanzo in the back. I'll grab him in a little bit. Well, if I can, if he lets me. He is rambunctious. So, starting off from Zach Whitmore. Good question for your next video. I know you don't like DC, but are there any characters you tolerate? Tolerate? I don't know. I'm sure, you know... The thing is that, like, it's so ingrained in me that, like, I can't really think of any off the top of my head. I know a lot of people have hit me up and said, well, what do you think about this guy? What do you think about that guy or this chick or whatever, you know? I'm sure they're great. I don't know. I just don't know enough. That's the problem, is that I don't know enough about DC comic book characters. DC characters. All right. I just did the thing that everybody does. Everybody always says DC Comics. It's not DC Comics. It's DC. Because that would be Detective Comics. Duh. I did the thing that I hate it when people do that. But anyways, yeah, I don't know enough. So I guess I would have to learn more about some of the characters. I've heard that Green Arrow is really cool. I don't know. And to be honest, I hate to say it, but I am looking forward to seeing Aquaman in the new movie that's going to be coming out. He looks cool and he looks engaging and he looks like a character that you want to, like, if he was a real guy, you would actually want to hang out with him and talk to him. I mean, whereas the rest of them were kind of like, you know, one-liners and, you know, gritty and that. And he was just like, no, man, I'm having a good time with this shit. So I was like, all right, I can dig that. I actually look forward to seeing Aquaman in that. So, who knows? From Nicole Diaz. I love Michael Jackson. Do you love Michael Jackson? Here's a serious question. Don't answer if you don't want to. Do you believe in God? Okay. That went from one way to a whole nother direction. Do I love Michael Jackson? Sure. Yeah. For my money, it's always been Smooth Criminal. I love Smooth Criminal. That is my favorite thing. I know everybody always says, Thriller, though. Thriller is the best. Nah, whatever. I always loved Smooth Criminal. We're not going to get into religion, though. Two things that you don't want to ever talk about on a YouTube channel, especially if it's not known for that: religion and politics. We're not talking about either one of those. So there we go. That's that. From Stephanie Calvin. Cute kitty, from what I could see. Bring him closer to the camera so I can really get a good look at him. Oh, yes, ma'am. Well, we'll try. Nope. If I get a chance to catch him, then I will. And Stephanie, I will put him up to the camera and just shove his face in the camera. But he, pardon me, he doesn't like it when somebody goes to grab him. He's not a fan. See, right now I could try, but he's a little wary. I'm gonna give him one more shot. Yeah. Haha. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we did get him this time. Here's Hanzo. Yes, very loud. See? That's Hanzo. And as you can see, he wants to get the hell down. He doesn't like being shoved into the camera. So there we go. Done with that. From Assassin of the Nightingales. Cool name. I have a question. Are you a Marvel fan? If so, who is your favorite character? I literally did not find out that you and Jason Frank had YouTube channels until last week or so. I'm a bit late. You are my fave. Andros, let's rock it! So cool. I'm glad you're on board. Yeah, you can check out my stuff and check out Jason's stuff and then come back to my stuff. Are you a Marvel fan? And if so, who is your favorite character? I am 100% a Marvel fan. I've always been a Marvel fan. And who is my favorite character? Well, I can show you. A little hard to tell, but it's the Beast. The Beast has always been my favorite comic book character. He's great on two fronts. He's my favorite comic book hero, and he's my favorite comic book villain, because the Dark Beast is just evil as hell. So, yeah, always been my favorite character. Even back in the 90s when, the cartoon was on, and everybody loved the cartoon. The cartoon was fantastic. It really pissed me off that, for the entire first and I think second season, he was in 3 episodes, maybe 2 or 3 episodes, I don't know. So yeah, that really bugged the hell out of me, but they did what they did. Build-A-Bear Sweatshop. Okay, that's a good one. Hey Chris, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Yuki Toku 758, and I have another question. Okay, yes, I do know you. I know who you are, Yuki Toku. So, what are your thoughts on the new Star Wars Battlefront 2? Do you think it'll be fun, and will you buy it? Right off the bat, I think that it'll probably have a better chance than the other Battlefront that came out not that long ago in 2015. Because Battlefront 2, the new Battlefront 2, is actually going to have a story mode. Oh, look at that. Remember that when the games had story mode to them? Yeah, that was great. Will I buy it? I'm sure I will, provided that they don't screw it up too bad. I personally think it looks great, and it'll be cool to go shoot some battle droids in the Clone Wars. I know the prequel movies weren't too good, to put it lightly. But even though it's 99% CGI, Episode 3's battles look great, and definitely something that should be in a first-person shooter. Personally, I can do without the anything to do with the prequel movies, because I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. That's not Star Wars. I don't know what that is, but that's not Star Wars. There you have it. Second question. Have you seen the new Pirates of the Caribbean? Did you like it? And how well does it hold up against the other 4 movies? I haven't seen it. I didn't see the new one. I just didn't want to. The first one, The Curse of the Black Pearl, was a fantastic movie. Everybody loves that movie. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. The story is good. The acting is great. The dialogue is good. Everything is great. Shut up. You didn't even see it. Shut up. The first one was fantastic. And then I noticed that there was a very sharp decline in quality after that. The second one I felt was like, okay, now this is getting kind of stupid. And then the third one I was like, what the hell are you talking about? The fourth one, the one with Blackbeard, I didn't even see all of that. I think I saw maybe a quarter of it, and I was like, I'm good. I don't need to see the rest. So I don't know. I'm not seeing this one. I doubt I will see it, at least in the theaters. I have no idea where it's going to stack up against the rest of them, but the first one was definitely the best. Last question. Have you seen my Overwatch Power Ranger video where there's the Sentai Genji dancing to the Power Rangers in space theme? LOL. I have not seen that, but now I'm going to have something to look forward to. I'm going to go try to find that. Thank you, Yuki Toku, a.k.a. Build-A-Bear Sweatshop. Good name. Really good name. Andros Productions. Okay, good name. Out of the 3 fans you met, who is your favorite? Chris Cantata Force, MMPRtoys, and Carlos Danny Castellos. Sorry if I spelled it wrong. Yes, it's Castellanos. Out of 3 of my friends, who is my favorite? I can't answer that. They're my friends. So, there we go. They're my friends. I can't do that. Scarlet Crimson said, you should sue her, LOL. Not kidding. Get her fired for what she illegally did. Talking about my ex and what happened with the helmet. And It's done. It's over. Don't worry about it, kiddos. It's just, don't worry about it. Moving on. I'm going to just skip around a little bit. Testing limits. Hey, Chris, you know me as Surreal Effects. Okay, hey, Surreal Effects. Long time no chat. Yeah, I know, it has been a while. Hope to get onto one of your game streams soon. Keep up the Q&As. Good stuff. I'll be building my Ecliptor suit soon, so I'll show you when I make some real progress. Nice. All right, an Ecliptor suit. Damn. That's a hell of a project to take on. Karadrick LP says, ha 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 ha, and then smiley. Just love your Khajiit impressions. Thank you, and Khajiit rock. My question is, if you have the time, do you watch the Marvel Netflix series like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Cage, Iron Fist, and soon Defenders? And what do you think of them, like, compared to the comics, and your opinion about the writing as a comic book writer yourself? Do I watch those series? Yes, I do. I've watched all of them except for Iron Fist. I was never a big Danny Rand fan. Whatever. It just, I don't know. Just to me, it didn't shout out to me like, hey, you gotta watch this. So no, I never got into that. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. Character-wise, I like Luke Cage the most. Daredevil is a very close second. Jessica Jones in her show. This is nothing to say about the actress. I don't know her name off the top of my head, so I'm sure one of you does. So whatever the hell her name is, she's a great actress. She's absolutely fine. She's a lovely actress and all that. The character is written to be the most unlikable bitch on the planet, and that's how it comes across. And therefore, whenever watching her series, I just always felt like, okay, when the hell is Tennant going to show up? Because at least he seems to be enjoying himself here. Or Cage. He's enjoying himself too. Jessica Jones is just clearly not. And again, that's not because the actress doesn't know what she's doing. I'm sure they just told her to be unlikable. There you go. So that's what that is. Like compared to the comics, and your opinion about the writing as a comic book writer yourself. Well, obviously with the comics, there's a lot more room for character growth and story development and all that shit. I mean, you can't really fit that much into in an hour-long show, which is actually only like 44 minutes or so. Pardon me, give or take. So it's a lot easier to certainly flush out a character and give them more character with a comic book, because a comic book is just, they could spend 10 episodes just on Luke Cage trying to figure out which hoodie he wants to wear that night. They could. They shouldn't, but they could. They could do that. They could do that with 10 issues. They could just say, okay, well, I don't know, the yellow or the not quite as yellow. They could do that if they felt like it. They won't do it. Hopefully they never do that. But yeah, it just gives you more chances to expand on who somebody is. I don't know. I was never a big Heroes for Hire fan. I don't know. It just never really grabbed me or anything like that. I certainly don't know too much about Jessica Jones, and Daredevil is okay. He's a little preachy. But he's okay as a character, I guess. I'm gonna just do one more. Rhett Comic Fan says, let's rock it, or is it let's rock it? I was never 100% sure. LOL. Rocket, as in ROCKET, like a rocket going to the moon. Space, Power Rangers in space. It was always let's rock it because it's space. So there we go. Good question, though. There you go. So that's all I'm going to do for right now. I very much appreciate you guys checking out my YouTube page and sending in questions or comments or whatever. Please feel free to do that more. Khajiit will always appreciate this. So there you go. Caradrick. Yes, so thank you guys. I love you. I will talk to you all later. Mwah. Bye-bye.